What's going on, guys? It's DJ Lee with Producer Hacks. Let's get right to it. Got me feeling like what you feeling like. I'm in a spaceship, bass go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's DJ Lee with Producer Hacks. This is episode number 5. Last time we spoke a lot about compression, a lot about EQs. I showed you guys a few stock plugins from Pro Tools. But I want to share with you guys a very important secret. No matter how great your plugins are, how great your analog systems are, if you're not getting a great audio signal in, there's nothing that your plugins or your analog systems can do about that. Alright, so we're going to take it all the way back to the beginning and talk about pop filters, interfaces, and your microphone setup. So first and foremost, of course you want to work within your budget. But choosing your microphone is the most important thing you can do. But you need to know the difference of the microphones you're looking at, alright? So we have condenser microphones, dynamic microphones, and ribbon microphones. So first off, our ribbon microphone right here is our most sensitive microphone right here. It rolls off those highs and catches more of the low ends. These microphones work more like the human ear. And they're very sensitive. They use this thin strip of aluminum to pretty much catch those, how can I put this, those electric signals in that microphone. So you can't sit there and play a drum in front of this microphone because you may break the ribbon and the microphone's done for. This is something you probably use for softer instruments like a violin, maybe a harp, very soft instruments. Next we have our condenser microphone, which is used for every studio recording where vocals are involved, pretty much. Our condenser microphones are used over the airways. These microphones are for catching the higher frequencies. That's the frequencies we try to amplify when we speak, and when we're rapping, we're singing on the microphone. That's what these condenser microphones are for. Now, condenser microphones, they don't work. They condense the song. They condense the sound, the audio, and they won't work without an interface because you need 48 volts of extra amplified electricity to bring that condensed sound up so we can actually hear it. Without that 48 volts in that interface, you will not hear anything that comes through a condenser mic. And last but not least, we do have our dynamic microphones. These dynamic microphones are pretty much our stage setup microphones. You go to a concert, you see a DJ playing, you go to church, your pastor speaking, they're going to be using a condenser. They're going to be using a dynamic microphone. These are the most rough and rugged. We could really rough these microphones up. They could take beatings, and I'm being serious. That's why they always drop. They always have dents in them. These are very, very, very tough microphones. Now, if we look at this picture right here, this is one of the greatest microphones that are out right now. This is our Newman microphone. A lot of hip-hop artists use this microphone. High-end celebrity artists use this microphone. Usually when they want to capture the most true and high-quality sound through their microphones and interfaces. The better the microphone, the better the audio signal coming in. Now, as well as having just a microphone, you want to also look at a pop filter. This pop filter, it takes all of those pop, 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 those pop sounds that's going to bring your wavelengths from jumping all across the wavelength spectrum. When you look at it, when it comes in, you don't want to see jumping waveforms touching the ceiling and touching the floor. So this pop filter is pretty much going to just disperse those sounds. So when you speak, you don't realize it, but you may spit a little bit. And you don't want that spit to hit the microphone because that's going to make a sound in the microphone. You may not hear it, but the microphone will pick up that sound. So this pop filter pretty much just dismantles all that mumbo jumbo. The bad residents and the pops and the leftover dinner coming out your mouth. The heavy breathing, the energy, the vocal changes. It just disperses it. And I've actually seen people make their own pop filters. People will use pantyhose, socks, stockings, graters, all types of things. Really anything just to get in between yourself and the microphone. Just to stop those certain words from touching the mic. But you really want to invest in a good pop filter that you could put right over the microphone. And when you're actually recording, you don't want to be too close to the microphone. You want to be at least a fist length away from the microphone, away from the pop filter. And the pop filter should be about half a fist away from the actual microphone, the condenser microphone. Now you can use condenser microphones to pick up instruments or vocals. Same thing with the ribbon, just be careful which instrument you're picking up through that ribbon microphone, because it may break the actual aluminum ribbon. Dynamic microphones, you could record almost any sound you want. The quality is going to be a little bit different because it's more true. It's a very true, heavier sound coming through that dynamic microphone. Alright, next I want to take a look at these interfaces. Now, off rip, I know you guys look at this red one in the middle and you guys have seen this plenty of times, and that is cool because this is actually the interface that I personally use, called the Scarlett Focusrite. It's a very good interface if you're looking for an interface under a budget. Audio interfaces under a budget. This one right here is under $100, and it takes different types of inputs, different types of outputs. I believe it's TRS, or might be XLR, and some just take regular RCA cables, the red and white cables that go into TVs. And with these interfaces, they're not making them really complex because a lot of people need them. But you see this 48 volts, this button right here is actually that 48 volts that's needed to amplify that condenser microphone sound. So if you get a condenser microphone, don't think you're gonna go home and just record vocals. You're not gonna hear anything at all. At all. You're gonna think you wasted your money. No, you're just missing an interface. You need an interface with that condenser microphone. Any condenser microphone, you need an interface, guaranteed. Now you can also record instruments through here. You have your gain levels. You can record your lines. You have a direct monitor mode where you can hear yourself on low latency mode. You can hear yourself through your headphones. You got your master power, and you got your your master volume and your headphone volume, plus your headphone input. Now, choosing an interface, they're all the same thing. They may just have more qualities and they may look a little bit different, but they have the same exact things. Two inputs, lines, mix, line, instrument, the gains, the master, headphones. It's going to be the same sounding quality coming in and going out. It's just needed in that recording process when you do actually record vocals. If you look at the back of the interface, it's going to have the regular outputs. And basically, that's really what's needed to start recording audio. Through any DAW, you're going to need a microphone to record great quality vocals. Of course, you can record without a microphone, but it's not going to sound good. You're going to need that audio interface, that pop filter, plus that extra 48 volts of phantom power on that interface. Now, that pretty much sums up your setup for microphones. Of course, you're going to also need to invest in some type of acoustic paneling, but I'm gonna cover that in the future. Alright, so stay tuned. It's ItsDjLee with Producer Hacks, episode number 5, wrapping it up. Just talking a little bit about all the fundamental things needed to record great sounding audio. Be sure to comment below in the comment section. Continue to DM me and ask questions about how to make your mixes better, your producing better. I'm definitely gonna get back to you guys. Stay tuned for my next video. Once again, remember, it's ItsDjLee, the original King Lee. Check out OD Hustle. We're doing it big, just like this. And until next time, I'm out.
I boogie down, diggy, diggy, bounce, bounce, biggie, biggie, uptown, nigga, with an island sound, diggy.